let's have a discussion. Morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? Welcome to this live. Kindly share the live. For some reason, I'm not seeing the share button. Share the live. Let's have a discussion this morning. Okay. Share. You know me, I'm very big on personal power. I don't joke with personal power because I'm revolutionary. I'm interested in seeing an Africa that stands on its own 2 feet. I'm interested in seeing Africans who can think on their own 2 feet. Africans who are intelligent, who are able to display universal intelligence. Africans who will not keep playing kiss ass with the citizens of other continents. I'm heavily interested in seeing my fellow brothers and sisters display high power intelligence, dynamic intelligence, multifaceted intelligence. Dr. Charles, good morning and happy Sunday. So quickly, I'm going to be sharing some few thoughts, and then, people can request to join me live to share their own thoughts as well. Because, everybody has a mind, right? Everybody has a brain. And depending on your own pedigree of use of your own brain and of your own mind, based on what you've been able to accomplish with it, when I meet young people who are complaining about money, I want to make money, and I'm like, the first thing I want to ask them is, okay, how far have you gone in developing your mind, and how far have you gone in using your mind to, empower yourself economically? In most cases, they can't really tell me anything, and you find them, saying things like, oh, I came from poverty, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter in the 21st century. It doesn't matter if you came from poverty. Your most prized asset is your mind. And if you can learn how to tap into the resources of your mind, you'll do wonders, Now, quickly, let me introduce myself. My name is Seun, and I'm a highly sought-after educator and entrepreneur. And my specialties are in the areas of holistic education, entrepreneurial development, business and marketing technology, marketplace penetration strategies, and wealth building strategies. I'm the founder and lead consultant of Seun Ambassador Global, which is a consulting firm based in Lagos State, Nigeria. And I'm also the author of a book titled Personal Discovery Secrets, a self-help and a personal development book, which everyone who wants to discover themselves, who wants to kickstart their personal discovery journey should get. It's a book that will open your eyes to certain things that you never knew existed. Right? So that's basically that about me. So today we want to talk about your subconscious mind, how to master your subconscious mind. Every first Sunday of the month, I come live, to discuss something very, very powerful and very important. with my audience, with folks on TikTok. I only come live on TikTok every first Sunday of the month. And today I've decided that we're going to talk about how to master your subconscious mind. A lot of people anticipate, a lot of people were like, oh, there will be war in Nigeria because of the election. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Which war? You see, if you are someone who have colonized your own mind, if you're someone who is in charge of your own mind, if you're someone who have taken the pain to be the taskmaster of your own mind, you would come to the point where you can easily see through people. You can easily see through what people are saying. You can easily see through them. But you see, if you're not the one in charge of your own mind, if you've not colonized your own mind by your own self, it'll be easy for you to be the pawn in other people's chess game. It'll be very easy, right? So today I want us to, just have it's going to be like 1 hour discussion, and in the process, if you have any question or if you have any addition, any comments you want to drop, you just feel free to request to join me live. But just give me about maybe 20 minutes to quickly run through what I have here. Now, the way to become the master of your thoughts, the master of your mind, is to become the master of your thoughts. The proactive way to become the master of your mind is by becoming the observer of your thoughts, the observer of your mind, right? And the universal approach to getting this done is by understanding the phenomenon called stimulus and response. Thoughts are stimulated. There are different ways to go about stimulating thoughts in your mind, right? If you are the one in control of stimulating your thoughts, you are in control of your life. But if it is things outside of yourself that are responsible for stimulating your thoughts, then you are the puppet, or you are a puppet of those things, whatever those things are. Whether it is religion, whether it is politics, whether it is mainstream media, whether it is your friends, whether it's your smartphone, whether it is social media, if you are not responsible for stimulating the thoughts that occupies your own mind, you are a puppet of whatever it is that is stimulating it, right? Now, understanding stimulus and response is how you begin to chart the path of personal power. Understanding stimulus and response is how you begin to chart, your path to personal power. Please power tap your screen and share this live. Share this live with your friends. Everybody needs this information. Anyone with a brain, and a mind and a soul needs this type of information. And if I'm here sharing this information for free, then the least you can do for me is to help me share it with other people, so that more people can benefit from this live. Yeah, kindly share this live. So it's pretty important that you know that in the 21st century, in the information age, in the tech age, it's an age of decentralization. It's an age of decentralized everything. Decentralized education, decentralized spirituality, decentralized way of doing business, decentralized entrepreneurship, decentralized commerce, decentralized economics, decentralized friendship. You literally you can make best friends over social media. I have people, who I have met via social media, and we have done stuff. We have done business deals of 100 million naira, 50 million naira, 10 million naira, and we have never really seen physically. That's to show you the decentralized nature of the 21st century. So it does not matter that you came from poverty. It does not matter that your parents are still currently poor, even though you should make it a vendetta to make your parent rich, right? Because you have all the tools now to make that happen. right? And when you understand that stimulus and response is how you as an individual gain personal power. I'm a huge proponent of personal power. The moment you can be in control of your own mind, the moment you are the one colonizing your own mind, nobody can make you a pawn in their chess game. Nobody. Doesn't matter whether the person is the president of the United States of America, or the president of your own country, or the prime minister of your country, or the CEO of your company you work with, or the captains of the industry you work in. It doesn't matter who they are. You are not going to become a pawn in their chess game. You're not going to become a puppet to them. Right? So understanding stimulus and response is where your personal power lies. The gap between stimulus and response. For instance, the level of personal power, the pedigree of personal power you're wielding will show in your interactions with other people that disagree with you. Your pedigree of personal power will show in your interactions with other people who disagree with you. For instance, someone says, "Oh, you are wrong." Most people will say, "No, I'm right." You may be wrong. Now, the gap between stimulus and response is what shows us your level of dynamic intelligence that you are operating at. Flower girl, you're welcome, you're welcome. So someone says you're stupid. You don't be quick to say, "No, I'm not stupid," or be quick to say, "No, you are mad." No, someone says you're stupid. You ask, "Why do you say I'm stupid?" That is how you display power. That is how you display personal power. "Oh, you think I'm stupid? Why do you think I'm stupid?" But for most people who have not begun to exercise personal power in any shape or form, they are going to get offended because of what that person said. Because the person said they are stupid. And they may be stupid. They may be stupid. Stupidity is a statement of fact. And it's not necessarily an abuse. It is only stupid people that will just abuse you or call you stupid when you are not stupid, right? But it could be a statement of fact. So you want to ascertain if it's a statement of fact by saying, "Why do you say I'm stupid?" But if the person says, "I don't know, I just think you're stupid," then you know that the person is stupid, right? So then you should not take the words of a stupid person to heart, right? You shouldn't take it to heart, right? So it's pretty important that we understand that principle of stimulus and response. It is a game changer. It is a game changer. 90 greetings. It's a game changer. And once you understand how to wield this instrument of stimulus and response, it changes everything for you. You're no longer going to be a reactionary robot, right? Someone says, "You're mad," and you're like, "You're mad too," you know. You should be conversational. You should display conversational intelligence. You know, I see how that a lot of people do not proactively gain control of their personal power on social media. I see them. I see the way they respond. I see them in the comment section. They're showing that they are not in charge of their mind. They're showing that they are not proactively wielding their mind as a weapon. You see those your British come live. And they're like, "Oh, I want to respond. I cannot but respond." Yeah, you should respond, but you should respond from the standpoint of personal power. And not thinking that you have a prerogative to respond to stupid people. Somebody who is not in charge of their mind. Somebody who have not demonstrated any kind of dynamic intelligence in the way they communicate. When I look through people's comment sections and I see the way a lot of Nigerians communicate, I'm like, these people need to learn a lot of things. Which is one of the major reasons why I'm on this live right now. Because people forget that they have a mind that they can gain control over through specific things that they do that will position them as universal citizens, as universal men, universal women. A lot of people do not understand the construct of stimulus and response. Your spouse says, "I don't like what you said." Don't get offended. Don't think that, "Oh, because I'm a man, my wife should not say that." You should You should display conversational intelligence. Oh, honey, why, okay, what specifically don't you like about what I said? Conversational intelligence. Conversational intelligence. Thank you, Nighty. And it is demonstrated in every way, shape, or form. See, when leading to the presidential election in Nigeria, a lot of people were permutating, they were speculating, there's going to be war. If somebody like Peter Obi does not win, whatever. I was like, see, why do you think there will be war? Most of them they can't engage that conversation. Because I knew that there was never going to be any war. What war? On what basis? When you understand conversational intelligence, when you understand that dialogue is a superpower, and the quality of dialogue you are able to initiate will be on the basis of your pedigree of conversational intelligence. You know that you can walk into any room and be the light of that room, instead of just being maintaining the status quo. You can raise the luminosity of that room by virtue of your conversational intelligence. You're going to meet people in that room. And when we talk about room, we're not just talking about physical rooms. We're talking about virtual rooms as well. This is a room right now. 6 people are on this live right now. Our ability to display a high pedigree of conversational intelligence is what will determine the quality of conversation we're going to have. So understanding stimulus and response is a game changer. Understanding stimulus and response is a game changer. Once you know that if I can proactively and perpetually nurture my conversational intelligence, there is no door I will not eventually be able to open. It will not matter your background, your economic background, whether your parents were poor or your grandparents were poor, will not matter. You are going to be that single individual in your family that will take the economic status of your family to the next level. Now you're going to be able to talk, have a conversation, an intelligent conversation with all kinds of people, billionaires, millionaires, captains of industries. You'll be able to establish a certain level of rapport with the people that matter, with the players of the economy. So, see, everybody should pay attention to response and stimulant. Tanju, the topic is master your subconscious mind. How to become the master of your own subconscious mind. So stimulus and response is everything. Every occasion and every situation gives you the opportunity to demonstrate your personal power. Every occasion, every scenario that happens in your life gives you the opportunity to demonstrate your personal power. Please, power tap your screen. In the next 10 minutes, I'll start taking you guys to come up, because I just want to quickly share some things before we now start the conversation. I can see that somebody has sent a request, but power tap your screen and share the live. So every opportunity gives you, every scenario, everything that happens in your life gives you the opportunity to demonstrate your current level of personal power. You are supposed to be perpetually dedicated to nurturing your personal power. There is no room I can enter. There is no room. Whether it's a room packed full of kings, monarchs, a room packed full of presidents of nations, a room packed full of salespeople, a room packed full of students, a room packed full of children, a room packed full of elders. And once I get into that room, I'm going to wield my instrument of personal power, which constitutes my dynamic intelligence, my conversational intelligence, my relational intelligence, my mental intelligence, my emotional intelligence. All kinds of intelligence I can wield, or the kind of intelligence that is demanded by that room specifically, that room that I find myself in. But a lot of people are just reactionary robots. A lot of people are emotional hobos. They have not kickstarted their emotional consciousness, because you kickstart it intentionally. You begin to nurture your emotional consciousness intentionally. They have not kickstarted, they have not invested in emotional intelligence, and they've not invested in emotional fitness. So you find that they are emotional hobos. It's pretty important that you understand, gain mastery of stimulus and response. So anybody says, you're stupid, you don't be quick to say you are mad. Because see, the provocation is not what made you. That somebody provoked you is not an excuse for you to be an ill-tempered man or woman. If there are rats in a dark room, and you quietly and quickly walk into that room and flip the switch, chances are you're going to see the rats trying to hide, right? Now, it is not the suddenness of your coming into the room that manufactured those rats. The suddenness of your coming into that room and quickly flipping the switch on prevented the rats from running, from hiding before you came into the room. For instance, if maybe you were putting on a high heel shoe and you were making a noise at the corridor that led to the room, chances are the rats are going to hide before you come. And then once you flip on the switch, you're not going to see the rats, and you're going to assume that there are no rats there, but there are rats there, right? Now, the suddenness of your coming into the room did not manufacture those rats. It only prevented the rats from escaping before you came into the room. In the same token, the provocation of another person provoking you does not make you an ill-tempered man. It only reveals to you what an ill-tempered man or woman that you are. So you can't justify the fact that somebody called you stupid and then you are calling the person mad because the person called you stupid. No. The content of your character is what you're going to display when somebody calls you stupid. You simply ask the person, why do you think I'm stupid? Because as far as you know, you're not stupid. So why do you think I'm stupid? Can you enlighten my stupidity? See, that is a higher level of display of personal power. That person will be taken aback because the person is used to receiving, you are mad. All the times that he or she has called somebody stupid, the person have said, you are stupid too, or you are mad, or you are mad. They are used to receiving that kind of response. So when you go in an alternative way, in a way they are not used to, by asking, why do you think I'm stupid? Can you enlighten my stupidity then? I would love to learn why I'm stupid, or why you think I'm stupid. It changes the conversation automatically. It changes the conversation. A lot of our young people need to understand this. Most Gen Zs allow themselves to be emotional puppets. And you have a lot of power that you can wield. The power of your youth is a superpower. But because a lot of these youngsters are not proactively, nobody have taught them how to colonize their personal power, you find that they are just allowing themselves to be, puppets of the systems. They are allowing themselves to be pawns in other people's chess games. I'm a huge proponent of personal power. I'm a big advocate of personal power. I want to have a conversation with you, and I want to see your pedigree of dynamic intelligence. In a 30 minutes conversation, you can display emotional intelligence, you can display mental intelligence, you can display conversational intelligence in a 30 minutes conversation. This is how you impress important people. When they talk about elevator pitch, for instance, you meet Dangote right now, or you meet a billionaire right now. In 10 minutes, you can display emotional intelligence, mental intelligence, business intelligence, marketing intelligence in 10 minutes. But you see, it would depend on your pedigree. Because they say that when preparation meets with opportunity, success is inevitable, right? So it is not you trying to rack your brain. Your intelligence has now gone to autopilot. It is the level of preparation that led to that particular occasion. That that occasion will now give you the opportunity to manifest what you have, your quality of intellectual preparation, intelligence preparation. Now you are on autopilot. Michael Jackson used to rehearse for 16 hours every day. Rihanna, in her heydays, used to rehearse for 10 hours, 12 hours. Usher used to rehearse for 12 hours, 14 hours. Ginny Wine used to rehearse breakdance 10 hours, 12 hours daily. Such that when they get on the stage, they are on autopilot. It's an overflow of that rehearsal. That's what you're seeing on stage. But you find these youngsters, they are not dedicating anything to rehearsal. They're not dedicating anything to personal development. And they want to come on stage. They want to come under the limelight. To come and display what? Exactly. To come and display what? You see young people say, oh, I'm a public speaker. Please invite me to your event. And I'm like, okay, what is your pedigree of professionalism? Who are you? What do you do? Is it just by inviting you to become a public speaker? Now, I'm digressing already now. So understanding stimulus and response is pretty important if you want to wield a high-level personal power. Right? Your personal intelligence history and pedigree is how you are going to marshal your personal intelligence legacy. There is no way I get to that people don't say, oh, that guy is intelligent. Oh, I like the way the guy speaks. Oh, I like his line of thinking. I'm always dedicated to nurturing my dynamic intelligence. And when I say dynamic intelligence, I'm talking about spiritual intelligence, mental intelligence, conversational intelligence, relationship intelligence, all the 9 brain intelligences, mathematical logical intelligence, linguistic intelligence, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, visual spatial intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence, musical intelligence, nature-bent intelligence, navigational intelligence, emotional intelligence, all these dynamic intelligences. The onus is on you to proactively nurture these intelligences. It is these intelligences that will combine to form your personal intelligence. And once you understand this superpower and you begin to nurture it and wield it for the rest of your life, there's no way you are going to be a puppet of any system or anybody. There's no way. There's no way. You are going to enter any room as somebody who increases the luminosity of the intelligence in that room. There's no way. That is my vendetta. There's no way. Right? Pretty important. Now, the essence of personal intelligence is so that you can contribute your ingenious quota when you come into a place where there are other people. Your personal intelligence is what powers your communal intelligence or your community intelligence or your corporate intelligence. Right now, there are 10 people on this live right now. We can interact on the basis of our personal intelligences. In order for us to be able to power a robust communal intelligence, a robust corporate intelligence, right? It is on the back of our personal intelligences, our individual intelligences, that will determine the quality of corporate intelligence that we're able to power. The quality of corporate intelligence. It is said that we get the quality of leaders that we deserve. And some people have argued that we get the quality, thank you for the gift. We get the quality of leaders that we deserve. We get the quality of leaders that we are as a collective. The collective intelligence, if you sum up all our individual intelligence, if you sum it up, the quality of that corporate intelligence is what will determine the quality of leadership we're going to get, whether politically, spiritually, academically, entrepreneurially, the quality of leaders we're going to get is going to be on the basis of our personal intelligences, right? So it's pretty important. Now, talking about mastering your mind, we need to talk about the duality of the human mind. I think I have like 3 more minutes before I now start taking people to come live. The human mind is dual in nature. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind, right? You need to understand that the human mind is dual in nature. There is conscious mind and there's subconscious mind. Now, the database of the conscious mind compared to the database of the subconscious mind compared to the conscious mind is 10 billion to 1. meaning that the heavyweight chamber of your mind is your subconscious mind. And the schools only, at best, teaches to the conscious mind. Can you remember any time any teacher in primary school, secondary school, or university taught you anything about the subconscious mind? I'm sure you can't remember because it never happened. At best, the school only tried to teach you the conscious mind. But you see, the real heavyweight chamber of your mind is your subconscious mind. The database of the subconscious mind outweighs that of the conscious mind by 10 billion to 1. So, the subconscious mind has infinite capacity. Now, the processing power of the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is different as well. The processing power of the conscious mind is just 40 bits of information per second. 40 bits of information per second. But you see, that of the subconscious mind is 40 million bits per second. So, see, if you as an individual are not proactively tapping into the resources of your subconscious mind, you are cheating yourself. You are really, really cheating yourself. Right? And a lot of people have allowed themselves to, they've opened up their subconscious mind to corruption. And this happens when you delegate the business of your subconscious mind to anything outside of yourself. You're not the one colonizing your subconscious mind. You're not in charge of your subconscious mind. Now, there are proactive things you can do to colonize your subconscious mind and remain the master of your subconscious mind for the rest of your life. Number one is to do what I call life audit. Life audit. You guys need to write these things down. Life audit is the number one way to go about colonizing your subconscious mind. Life audit. Where are you right now? How old are you right now? What have you accomplished with your life so far? These are ways you do your life audit. How do I use my day? There are 24 hours in a day. You are expected to sleep 8 hours and 16 hours awake time. How do I expend my 16 hours awake time? Do I use it as a liability or do I use it as an asset? Life audit. If you need more information, you can always send me a message or you can always ask a question. Life audit is number one. Number two is reading. There are different ways to read. You can read books. You can read people. You can read nature. You can read your ancestors. Reading is one of the ways you gain control of your subconscious mind. Number three way you gain control of your subconscious mind is by taking long walks. If you have never taken a 30 minutes long walk or let alone 1 hour long walk, let alone 2 hours long walk, you need to go on that challenge. Long walk challenge. Taking long walk is one way you gain control of your subconscious mind and remain a master of your subconscious mind. Number three is traveling. You can travel from one city to another. For instance, in Nigeria, you can travel from Lagos to Ibadan. It helps your subconscious mind. It helps you to tap into the chamber of your subconscious mind. Number five is camping, going camping. You can pick 1 or 2 or 3 of your friends and you guys should go camping in the forest. Go camping, go to a reserve, go a game reserve, right? Go camping, that's number 5. Number 6 is playing musical instruments. Playing musical instrument, a guitar, a piano, a drum, conga drum, right? Talking drum, any kind of musical instrument. Number 7 is personal discovery. You have to kickstart your personal discovery journey. Last year, on my 37th birthday, March 19th, I published a book titled Personal Discovery Secrets. If you are new to the concept of personal discovery and you want to kickstart your personal discovery journey, then you need to get that book. The hard copy is out right now, but next month new hard copies will be available. The hard copy is 9,500, but I have the PDF, right? You can purchase the PDF. It's just 5,000 naira. Just send me a DM and then I'll tell you how to go about purchasing it. Or you click the link in my bio and fill a short form, requesting that you want to buy my book, and then I will respond via email, right? So personal discovery, you have to kickstart your personal discovery journey. It's a must if you're going to gain control over your subconscious mind and remain the master of your subconscious mind, right? Then the next thing to do is vision crafting. Oh, your birthday is 15th March. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Vision crafting. this you need a consultant like myself to sit down with you to help you with vision crafting, to craft a vision for your life, right? For the next 10 years, next 20 years, right? Vision crafting is the eighth thing you have to do to colonize your subconscious mind, and to remain the master of your subconscious mind, right? Vision crafting is something you have to do. You have to have a vision for your life, and you have to proactively craft that vision. There is no assumption to vision crafting, right? There are certain elements, that you need to get your hands on in order for you to craft a powerful vision for your life, a powerful vision for yourself, right? Then the next thing is relationship audit. It is said that you are the average of the top 5 people. I like to say you are the average of the top 9 people that you hang out with the most, right? You need to audit your relationship. You need to audit your relationship, right? If you have people in your life who are liabilities, there are basically two types of people in this world: assets and liabilities. If you have people in your life who are unapologetic liabilities, you need to audit them. You need to, remove them from your active life space, right? So that's relationship audit. The next thing you need to do is adopt the all-powerful instrument called meditation. Meditation. Meditation is the vehicle for traveling into yourself. Your subconscious mind is inside you, right? It's not outside you, right? So once you can learn the instrumentality, the universal instrumentality of meditation. Oh, Flower Girl, you said I should come to your studio for photo shoot. Okay, no problem, no problem. I'll take you up on that. So meditation is very powerful, and meditation is an instrument for cutting out distractions, cutting out the noise of this world. Right? Meditation is a vehicle that you use to suspend time. Meditation is very powerful. It's a very powerful instrument for tapping into the resources of your subconscious mind. And then the next thing is what I refer to as power networking. Power networking. Power networking is one way you master your subconscious mind, when you ensure that you network with individuals who are doing the same thing as yourself. Individuals who are always auditing their lives. Individuals who are readers. Individuals who, take long walks or who travel. Individuals who go camping, individuals who play musical instruments, individuals who are on their personal discovery journey, and all the other things that I've mentioned, who are individuals who have vision for themselves. You power network with those individuals, right? It's one of the ways you tap into their own subconscious mind as well, right? The more you can tap into other people's subconscious mind, the more powerful you become, the more insightful you become, the more clarity you gain as to how to do the things you want to do in life. And then the next thing you need to do is to join a mastermind. A mastermind is a social club of people who have invested in their minds, who have invested in their subconscious mind, who have tapped into their subconscious mind, who have a high pedigree of tapping into their subconscious mind for powering their projects, for powering their businesses, for powering their families, for powering their relationships. Joining a mastermind is very powerful. And then finally, purpose discovery. Purpose discovery. You need to have a purpose project. In the process of doing all these things I mentioned, you get to a point where you discover a purpose that you are going to be dedicated to for the rest of your life. So now let me begin to accept questions and requests.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
I knew there was something about you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
I started talking to
Hello.
you. Wow.
Okay.
I mean that we were birthday people. You're 19th, I'm 15th. I mean, it's a cocktail.
Birth month.
I
Exactly.
know, right? Yeah, so I was just gonna talk about your number, was it number 7? I didn't Jones. Not number 7, I think it's number 6. Meditation. Yes. Number 6 is
No,
meditation. Um, is it?
it's number 10.
Anyway,
Meditation is number 10.
number 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So I believe Adenine Jones. Just put Adenine Jones. I believe that people do not understand where they are from, solely from. And they do not understand that they are not just human beings, they are very spiritual. I know they think about it, I know they talk about it in church of how spiritual you are. But the mistake comes in when you compare or contrast spirituality and religion, when you put them right side by side, that is where you start getting it all wrong. There is something that I always believe in, and I try to teach people as many as I can. I try to teach them about, shut it down. I try to teach them about, just keep going straight. The fact that all you need is silence. Everything that comes to you, any great idea, any wonderfulness, anything that comes to you, usually comes to you in silence. So there is something very powerful about your silence. Even the Bible states that, oh, still small voice of calm. That still small voice of calm can only come to you when you are silent. So people underestimate the power of meditation, which I can understand why. In churches and all other, I can only speak of churches, I do not know of any other religion. There's this need to, pump up the people, make them excited, let them scream and shout for joy. I get it
Praise
because
and
they're
worship.
tapping into praise and worship. That actually is very, 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 very crucial because you have to tap into your happiness for you to that's positivity. But it has to be sold to you in one way or the other so that you can follow suit, so that you can make payment and feel justified, if you know what I mean. But people do not
Yeah,
understand that these things that they tap into are not religious. They are in no
exactly.
way religious. It is a force, it is a power, it is something that is inside of you that no man can touch. And that is one of the things that I always look to do to people. I like to touch you in places that hands cannot reach. And
Exactly.
that's to show you that the impact that you need to have on someone is not the physical. The physical impact will
Exactly.
get boring and outdated before you can say Jack
It's
Robinson.
limited.
If you
You know,
buy
it
someone a
has
brand new
expiry
car
date.
today, exactly.
Physicality.
Follow him.
Physicality has expiry date.
Follow him. Follow him. Exactly. Exactly. It
Spirituality
has an
doesn't.
expiry and it will become, yes. So it's not something that you, the moment you can put a time on it, the moment you can put a date on it, then there's a problem. And that is what people concentrate on. That is what people focus on.
And
They
that's
think
why
that, oh, if you, pardon?
I encourage couples, right, to learn
Yeah.
spirituality. They think that because they
Yes.
are Christians, they know spirituality, and they don't know jack about spirituality. If you are a
Nothing
couple
at all.
that is exploring spirituality, there is no way there will be boredom between both of you. When you are
Mm-mm.
exploring spirituality is
Mm.
eternal. It doesn't have expiry dates.
Mm.
And you guys are you are
Mm.
delving into different dimensions of spirituality. How in this world are you going to be thinking of divorce? There's not going to be
Hmm.
boredom in your midst.
Mm-mm.
You're always going to be exploring. See, spirituality is dimensionless. There are eternal
Mm.
dimensions in spirituality. But when
Exactly.
you are all just keyed, when you're just locked into physicality and physicality alone, oh, the latest
Mm.
iPhone, oh, the
Mm.
latest car, those are physicality. You are limiting
Yes.
yourself. You are limiting your potentials. Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, so another thing is, yeah, everyone is made to believe that there's there's this destiny plan where everything has been pre-planned and pre-texted for you. It is very, very possible. This guy is not watching. It's very, very possible. But guess what? Even in your destiny plan, even in your, what you're meant to be or what you're supposed to be or what you're not supposed to be, there's some things you're supposed to look out for. And those things, we're turning in, those things that you're looking out for are the things that feel natural to you. But because of, I don't know, should I call it selfish interest? Turn. Because you see someone, you think that they're very pretty, You think that they're very handsome, and you think you're so infatuated by them, not realizing that what you're feeling towards this person is so physical. And it's the reason
Exactly.
why you will feel such a pull is because you do not understand that this world is more spiritual than anything. So the moment you start having
And
conflict with this person, that is already a sign.
it's biochemical, it's biochemistry, it's physical. Biochemistry is physical, right? It's
Exactly.
biochemistry, it's biochemical interaction, biochemical communication between
Mm,
your own biochemical body and their own biochemical body. That
exactly.
communication is happening. It's physical, but you see some people, they want to major on that. That is what they are
Mm-mm.
majoring on for cultivating their relationship, and it has
Right.
expiry dates.
Exactly. Because it's physical. Now, something that is spiritual comes to you naturally. People think that when you have a second thought about something,
Yeah, yeah.
when you
Senachok
have second
says it's
thought
the
about
chemistry of
something,
affinity. The
right?
chemistry of
You
affinity. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
When you have a second thought, that is already a problem. That is already a problem. It's not for you
exactly.
to start fighting yourself. The moment there is discomfort, then there is something wrong. If you're
Exactly.
trying to have a conversation with someone and the person does not want to understand you, does not want to listen, does not want to hear you, it's okay. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it because there is a disconnection somewhere. But people
And
try to
also,
force it
let me
and
just
start
quickly chip in this.
fighting. Yes.
Oh, can you hold that thought? The reason you are going to be offended that somebody is not listening to you is because you yourself do not listen to yourself. If you have a pedigree of self listening, when you listen to your thought often, you won't mind
Mm,
anybody who doesn't want to listen to you. You know how to listen to yourself
mm.
anyways,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you know how
Yeah.
to delve into yourself. So if
Mm-hmm.
somebody is not listening to you, you're not offended. You're just like, okay, maybe she's not ready to listen to me, or maybe he's not
Mm,
ready to listen to me, or maybe he's
mm,
distracted in his mind or her mind right now. So you're not going to feel
mm,
offended. You're just going to find the ideal time where there can be real communication between you and that person.
mm,
But when people are short of listening to themselves, they don't
mm,
have any kind of pedigree, sorry, any kind of history of listening to themselves, or culture of listening to themselves. They will always want to depend on some other person, some other individual to listen to them. That's
and
why
this
when
is
people
the
ask me, are you not bored just being by yourself for 2 days, all by yourself? And I'm like, how can I be bored when I know how to harvest thoughts from my
mm,
mind, from my soul,
mm,
uh, many times as possible every day? How in this world can I be bored? I've never used that word before in my life. That statement, I'm bored or I'm feeling bored. I can't use it. And I can stay all by myself for 1 week without any physical contact with another human being. Because there are all dimensional contacts. It's not just physicality. Physicality is limited. Once people
very
understand
limited.
that physicality is
It's
very, very
expired.
limited, that
Mm-hmm.
you literally can communicate with other dimensional beings. You can communicate with other dimensional beings, and create your an exciting life for yourself. You will know that it's not limited to that physicality. Such that, how could I have been able to author a book? I'm already writing my second book right now. Where did I get all those thoughts from?
Exactly.
I'm always on social media. I'm always coming up with content. How am I coming up with those contents? It is because I'm able to sit in silence. It is because I'm able to
Mm,
sit in meditation. It is because
mm,
I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm not
mm,
necessarily looking for somebody, in quotes, who will be
mm.
my better half. Like they
Oh
say,
yes.
I'm complete in myself, right? So it's pretty important that people understand that. But you see, you can't understand it in one conversation. It takes this
No, no, no.
dedication
It's
to
several.
mastering your subconscious mind. It takes
Exactly.
you doing all these things, all this, adopting all these components, life auditing, reading. And like I said, reading is not just about reading books. You can read nature. You can read your ancestors. You can read people. You can read the mountains. You can read the stars, the stars. You can read the sun, stargazing, sun gazing. These are reading that people have never learned how to do, which is why most people are puppets of other people,
Oh
puppets of their
yes. Oh yes.
puppet of politicians, puppet of religious leaders, puppet of their rich friends.
Yes,
They're not
because
in charge.
they take advantage. They take advantage of it because they see that you are willing and able to hear and listen to anything. I didn't hear it. You're listening to anything whatsoever, and they see it. They understand that you don't know your the things that you're capable of doing. That is why the thirst is there. That is why you long to do some certain things spiritually. But religion has now come to coat that thing to make you think that, oh, no, 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 you don't need spirituality. What you need is God. And God is in religion. Someone has actually told me before, and that person said to me, oh, you cannot access spirituality without religion. And I was just quiet. I did not want to say nothing because that's the person that does not understand. So we're going into Adenisions now. We're turning right into Adenisions. So they do not understand that concept. The moment you can intertwine spirituality and religion, then you are already lost. I'm sorry. Because there is
Exactly.
something about spirituality that it's you cannot control spirituality. You can control religion. You can control religion because you can tell someone how God says, God thinks, God wants.
God told me.
You- God
God told
told
me
me,
this. God
right?
says this. God says
Do you
everybody
know?
should do this.
I said to people, we're turning right into a Danny Jones. I've actually told people before that look, the word of God are actually not words. The
Exactly.
word of God are not words. Because if the word of God are words, then trees and animals alike, they probably will not understand.
Will not have
But there is
access.
something,
Yes, they won't
exactly.
have
So,
access. They won't have
and then
access.
the human mind is so limited that the moment you ask them, what is the universal language? You will hear love, music, money. And I just laugh. And I
Exactly.
think, so you think
Exactly.
that you can go to the jungle right now, or you go into the sea and start singing to a dolphin, and the dolphin is going to understand? Or you start singing to a lion, and the lion is going to
Actually,
understand?
actually, their musical notes really they're not far wrong. They are not completely wrong when it comes to
Hang on,
musical
hang on.
notes. Their musical
Universal.
notes.
Let me tell you something
There are
about what
musical
I mean by
notes. There are musical
something that is
specific musical
universal.
notes.
Honey, something that is
Frequency.
universal.
When we talk about frequency, for instance,
No problem.
frequency is
Let
universal, right?
Okay, hang on. Before you jump on that, right?
I just wanted to interrupt. Okay. I just wanted to
Okay,
interject rather.
okay, that's all right. Now, the reason why I say all these three things that I mentioned is not the universal language. The reason why I say it is because universal means everything in its entirety, not limited to man. Are you with me?
Do you know that there is a
Everything in
frequency
its
of the earth?
entirety.
There is a
Pardon?
musical frequency of this planet
Of
Earth. There's a
course, of
musical
course.
frequency that the planet emits, right? Those are musical codes, and they are universal,
Right,
right?
right,
There are
right.
musical codes. There are specific frequency. Once you learn them, there are specific
Yes.
musical frequency that you will sing, you would create to communicate to a dolphin, to a dog, to an
Mhm.
elephant, to a tree, to a
Mhm.
mountain,
Mhm.
right? To the
Mhm.
seas. There are musical frequencies.
Okay, can I ask you a question
Somebody is
now?
saying, please listen to understand and not to respond. You are telling
Can
me
I
what I
ask you? Can
do.
I ask you a question? Can I
You
ask you a
just joined.
question now?
Go ahead.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
ask you a
Go ahead.
question now? Do you know
Yeah.
there's
Yeah. Go
one
ahead.
language that everything living and dead speaks? Do you know?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
language
I'm
is
listening.
silence. That was why I
Absolutely.
spoke about silence. Silence is one
It's one
thing
of the
that you
universal
can
languages.
access. You can access this, and the moment you access silence, you see that your spirit is at peace. The
Absolutely.
moment you access silence, you see that everything just somehow makes sense. But when you start
Absolutely.
hassling yourself, if you even in the wild, the one animal that I know is that if you play dead, it's literally just gonna walk away from you. That's a bear. Just lie, stay still, act like you're dead, and it will immediately just assume that you're dead. And so I cannot eat dead meat, but you're not. It's because you are staying still.
Exactly.
You are respecting the
True.
space. You are not questioning anything. And the one biggest thing that human beings find very hard to do is the silence of the mind. Silence of the mind will make sure, and the noise in the mind is only man made. It's never universal. It's only man made. Anything, think
True.
about it. When you start meditating naturally, you will observe that you start thinking, I've not called the plumber. Ooh, I've not done this. I've not done that. Ooh. You start
Exactly.
remembering things that have been made by man, protocol. And they now want you
Exactly.
to they now want you to listen to them and drown your thoughts and drown your spiritual side. The moment you stay silent by God, you will understand things that you have never thought about. Things will be
Exactly.
explained to you that you have never even fathomed. The wisdom that will come
Exactly.
to you from silence. And guess what? Even when you are learning, silence is required.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I personally believe that the language that everyone speaks is silence. And in that
Absolutely.
silence, you will hear, you will learn, you will understand. But when you start fighting and fussing and doing whatever it is you want to do, you see that you are distracted. And once you are distracted, you can never stay focused on the same line. Under no
Absolutely.
circumstance should anybody. That is why even in meditation, one thing that is very required of you is to be silent. You cannot be
True.
meditating and be
Of course.
shouting.
Of course.
You cannot be
Exactly.
talking. You cannot think of any.
You know,
You must be in one
some,
accord.
a lot of Christians when they hear meditation, they are thinking about um, um, repeating an affirmation, right?
No,
Money
meditation
is
and
coming to me this
affirmations
week.
are
Money is
totally
coming to me
different
this
things.
week. Money is coming to me this week.
Mm-mm.
Or whatever it is that they say. Meditation is in silence, right? You want to
Yeah.
cut out all the noise, and
All the noise.
you want to deweed the noise. You want to deweed the noise on the inside of you. It's a vehicle for
Mm-hmm.
delving into yourself.
Mm.
It's a vehicle for suspending time. That's what
Exactly.
meditation is. It's an instrument for suspending time. You want to suspend time
Exactly.
to the point
So,
where you are
mm,
lost in
there's
your
nothing.
subconscious
There's
thoughts.
nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing as, and there's nothing as fantastic as listening to your inner being. Because the moment
Because you have a
something,
higher self.
yes, I mean, think
It's a
about
way
it.
to delve into your higher self.
Think
Meditation is a
about it.
vehicle
It's a
to travel to your
fantastic
higher
vehicle.
self,
It's a
to
fantastic vehicle.
connect with
Think
your higher
about it.
self.
There's something that happens to you when you pass. You don't actually die. We are all
Exactly.
spiritual
You
and
transition.
having physical experiences. So the
Exactly.
moment I can recognize that this thing, the reason why I'm always very happy, people say, how do I stay happy? I have been through hell and high waters. But am I going to let that thing bother me? No. And this is what I think of. Do you know that there are over 1,000 minimum people that will go through the same experience as I am going through? Am I aware that the moment my generation goes past 150,000 years from now, this same position that I'm in is still going to happen to another set of people?
Exactly.
And guess what? It's
Exactly.
like a script. I pick it up, I do it, I leave it, and go on to another kind of living. That is why we
That's
transition
what
from one
growth.
end to the other. Right? Now,
True.
in that growth,
True.
I realized that this is my personal experience. It is my personal spiritual experience. So, guess what? I decide what I do with my physical. That is the one grace that I have. If someone
True.
tells you, oh, you don't look a certain way, well, that's your opinion about what I look like. But I know what I feel like
Exactly.
inside. So what is outside does not really matter. That one is my that one is my care, that one is my concern.
What is outside is
What
subject to change. Is subject to change.
and it is very subject to change. So why should I have a permanent idea of it? And the responsibility that I have for this thing that is subject to change, is to take care of it. How do I take care of it?
Exactly.
I make sure that I work out, I make sure that I eat healthy so that I can have a longer, I can have a proposed longer life. But the moment I start to saddle
Exactly.
my physical body with things that are not supposed to be, my body will tell me. I will start to feel
True.
sick. I will start to feel aches. I will start to
Exactly.
feel pain. And these
Exactly.
pains are not coming because I'm a bad person or because my mother did something wrong to someone. It is simply because I am not treating that physical as I should.
True.
If you know today you are eating any kind of processed food, do not worry. Your time is coming. It is not a curse. Your
Yeah.
body has been designed by something, by a force that has not been found out till now. How the heart
Mm-hmm.
starts beating in the first place, you don't have an idea. They try to explain it to you,
Exactly.
but they really don't know. Now, these people that don't know nothing about you
Are you
or how
aware?
you
Are
come
you aware?
now start.
I
Pardon?
just recently found out that right,
Yeah.
that what pumps is really not the heart. It's not the heart that pumps. It is the lungs that pumps.
Right.
The heart is a
No,
valve.
you don't. No, 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 no,
I
no.
just found
Now,
out recently.
that's. Let me tell you something, right? Of course, it'll be the heart to pump, definitely. Now, guess what? Guess what? When the heart is forming in the womb of the mother, there's a beat that starts first. What causes that beat to beat, Biko?
Exactly.
What causes the beat to beat? You've never thought about that. There
Yeah,
is
of
a
course.
force that
Of course.
you
I have.
belong to that can never be
Mm-hmm.
explained.
Mm-hmm.
There is a force that you belong to that can never be explained. But because man has now sat you down and tried to explain to you what this force is, then you listen to man, then man now starts telling you, oh, this is what you can eat and this is what you cannot eat. You will hear people telling you all sorts of nonsense about nature and say, oh no, sometimes if you take this thing, you can react. You are reacting because you have poisoned your body. And what are you
True.
poisoning your body with? You're poisoning it with man. Man will give you food to last you for days, whereas there is vegetables and fruits everywhere for you to eat to last you for a lifetime. But they will make you think you need these things and you don't need nature. The moment you cut yourself off of nature, you start to
You know,
die. You start to have problems.
exactly. I became
So
vegan. Um, um, I went
I
vegan on the
became
1st
vegan
of December
too. This
20,
December
2021. December
2020. Oh
2021.
wow. Okay.
And it's been phenomenal, the kind of results I've gotten. Even though
I
people
I stopped
say, oh,
I
hello?
stopped eating meat. I stopped eating fish. I stopped eating chicken. And I told someone one day, the person said, "Oh no, 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 no! There are actually some proteins that you need from animals." And I thought, really,
Yeah, that's
okay.
what they say.
But
That's
I
what they've been
bet you
programmed to think.
go and look for the alternative of this thing that you say it is imperative.
In
It is so important for me to go and eat. Go and look for it in vegetables. I always tell people
Exactly,
that most people they don't know that they do this, but I'm going to speak Yoruba now. Woman pe Ọlọ́run not there because God does not
exactly.
know what He's doing.
I mean, God is not wise
You
enough
will imagine,
to
you will
put it
imagine a
in
mother who
nature.
is giving birth, who has given birth to two babies, and they will now tell you, oh, you need to give your child formula. That means God must be stupid
Formula.
to be able to
Exactly, it
put
must be
two
stupid.
children in your body for you to birth
Mother
them
Nature.
and feed them. You need support from man. God must be
I tell people that Mother Nature is the most superior intelligence. Any intelligence that tries to make itself superior to Mother Nature, the intelligence of Mother Nature, throw it in the trash can.
Of
And
course.
that is what schooling constitutes, right? Conventional schooling was designed to disconnect us from Mother Nature.
Of course.
Conventional schooling, and religion was designed to disconnect us from Mother Nature, because as long as you are connected to Mother Nature, nobody can colonize your soul. Nobody can
Hmm.
colonize your mind. You are connected to the real intelligence, right?
Hmm.
But I mean, conventional schooling, religion, that are all designed, mainstream media, all designed to disconnect us. Now, Flower Girl, let me give Dr. Charles a chance. Just
Yes, I was actually going
mute
to
your
say
mic for
I'm going to
now.
church. I'm going to follow human protocol. Bye. All right then. I'm going to follow human
No
protocol.
problem.
All right then. Bye
No
bye.
problem.
Yeah.
I don't go to church.
I have to because I
Okay,
look like
so
a
take
bad
care.
parent.
Take
Yeah.
care.
Bye.
Take care. Take care. Okay, yeah, yeah. So Dr. Charles, you have the floor. Dr. Charles, you have the floor.
Good day, Mr. Perry. Mr. Seun.
All of you are always calling me Mr. Femi because Mr. Femi is a celebrity.
Sorry.
Go
Sorry.
ahead, go ahead.
How's it going? Happy Sunday.
Fine, fine. Same to you, same to you.
She was
We'll
making
have the
a valid point in the sense. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, after this live, we'll go live. We don't have
Hello.
to wait till 1. After this live, we'll go on the WhatsApp, on the Zoom call. We don't have to wait till 1.
Yeah. That's. I know.
Okay,
Your network is kind
okay.
of breaking. Is it mine? I don't know. Can you hear me?
I think it's yours. I think it's yours. I can hear you though. I can hear you.
Okay. I mean, I was going to, she was the flower girl, the girl that left now, the lady that just left. Sorry, she was making a very valid point about silence in the sense that there's a quote. I made a video about that quote recently, which is it says all of man's greatest problem comes from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone, and have a conversation with themselves. And I think for most people, that's really one very big thing. Like it's like a very big deal that they cannot even do it. They are just constantly looking for that little bit of distraction. I think right now, based on the way the world
It's
is, you
programming.
don't need to go
It's
find
programming.
distraction anywhere. Your mobile phone
Exactly.
is now the biggest distraction.
It's
So
right on their palms.
yeah,
The
so
headquarters of distraction is right on their palms.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Their
So that's why
smartphones.
most people find it very, very difficult to even do, based on the things you listed. You said the self audits, that life audit, those things, right? Reading, having long walks, traveling. People find it difficult now to do those things because now you can. If you okay, let's talk about traveling now. Okay, to travel, if you want to go and see someone, or you are going somewhere to meet someone, you can already access that on your phone. So most people don't even bother thinking about, just the experience alone, what the kind of person it transforms you into. Last year I did one
Exactly.
very daring thing. I went to Dubai. I went for skydiving from the up. We jumped
Okay.
down. That
Wow.
shit
Yeah, yeah,
transformed my
yeah.
entire existence because the
Mm,
experience I got is something I've never felt that way in my life. Do you understand? And
mm, mm.
it really provoked me to ask myself questions like, what are you really existing for? Do you understand? So it provoked me
Yeah.
because the first moment you feel like you're about to die, just jumping from the floor, you feel scared, but then you realize that it's actually very, very fun. After the fright goes away, you find the beauty in it. So that
Exactly.
experience made me question myself,
Absolute
like, okay,
beauty.
what am I really existing for?
Like bliss.
And
Absolute bliss. In a
yeah,
moment.
yeah, yeah. So that moment I realized that I actually have to do a lot of work on me as an individual, and it started me on another level, on another different journey again entirely. Because me, before then, I've always been very, very mindful, like money, let's get the money, you understand? Yes, money is important, but yes, you cannot, you know put your entire existence rest your entire existence on money, because at the end of the day you can make money. I've seen
Most
people talk
especially
about
since
making
it's
money. At the end of the day,
miserable, right? Most especially since
pardon,
money is
pardon.
man-made. Money, most especially since money
Yes,
is man-made, you
yes,
cannot put the nucleus of your soul cannot be bordered upon something that is man-made.
that's
Otherwise, you are
man-made.
guaranteed
That
of
the God
ending up
bless you.
in misery. Money is man-made, so
Yeah,
you
God bless
cannot
you. That,
make it
that's
the
a very
nucleus of your soul.
that's a very interesting point. I talked about this a few months ago, where I went down to really study about money, because people make this money look like it's really the core of being alive, right? But I realized, that's
Mm-hmm.
why I spit on the idea when people say God will give you money. Why would God give you something that He didn't create? You created money yourself, so
God
why
is
is He going to be the one to give you?
exactly,
Do you understand?
exactly,
So He already gave you everything you
exactly.
need. So you decided to
God does
create
not give
money so that
nobody
you
no
can.
money.
You understand? So
God does not give anybody
we created
money.
money.
An
Yes,
eternal being does not give something that is not eternal.
I'm telling
Ideas are
you.
eternal. Those are the things that you will get from God. Anything that is man-made, anything that is physical will never come from God.
Yeah, 100%.
A
And
being
most
that is
people
not
don't
physical
understand this.
cannot give you what is not physical.
Yeah, 100%. And most people don't understand this, so they are so focused on the money, whereas money is man-made. So you have to find your own qualities that you can use to create that money for yourself. So for me, I
Exactly.
think about this a lot,
Exactly.
whereby you have to go back to understanding how we were living before money was created, whereby it was about trade by barter. You have
Exactly.
something I want, you give me
Exactly.
that thing, then I give you the thing. We
That's
exchange
exactly what I
values,
did
right?
many years ago.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we exchange
Yeah.
values, and now you have the thing you want, I have the thing I want. So this is the fundamentals of money. You want the money, okay? You want somebody to pay you money, okay? You need the money to live your life, okay? Let's fine. I understand that yes, you need money to do a lot of things in this life. Like 90% of the things you need to do in this life has to be,
Humans are
it has
eternal.
to boil down with money. Yeah, but now you're not going
ADL,
to make that
ADL in the
money.
comment section. Dr. Charles, one second. Let me just interject. ADL Projects Limited
Okay.
says, but human beings are not eternal. They are actually. What makes us humans is our soul, and our souls are eternal. We are actually eternal. We are eternal beings living in a mortal body. We are eternal beings living in a mortal body. Go ahead, Dr.
I would
Charles.
like to even ask him why did he say that, just to understand his own point of view, because sometimes words can be very misleading. Sometimes we just uh, we use them really without really understanding how it means, because at the end of the day, I made a discovery recently. I said, okay, when you go to buy a bottle of wine from the supermarket, after you consume the wine, do you still keep the bottle at home, or you dispose of the bottle? You understand? You dispose of the bottle,
Yeah,
meaning that the bottle itself is
exactly.
not the wine, right? So if
Exactly.
you put that
Exactly.
into perspective when it comes to humanity, you understand that the body you are existing inside, that's the bottle. So
Exactly.
there's something inside that
It's
bottle
just that
that is
it's just that
the
it's just
body
that
itself.
the bottle lived for 80 years, or it lived for 65 years, or it lived for 100 years. It's just that the bottle lived for
Yes, but
95 years, right?
at some point the usage
but
the usage the
but the
usage
real
is going to
you is
expire.
eternal. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the usage is going to expire. Then once it expires, then you leave. Nobody knows where you go after. Nobody can tell. Nobody can say where you go after. But I know that yes, definitely you go somewhere, because definitely you are not the one who's functioning
My brother,
in
we
this. The body is not
reincarnate.
just existing on
We
its own.
reincarnate. We reincarnate back on this earth. Forget that thing. We're not going anywhere. You are reincarnating back on this earth. This earth is eternal. This
Great,
planet Earth is eternal. Even scientists have said that the
great.
age of the earth is about 4.6 billion. 4.6 billion years old, which is just conservative estimates. Is eternal. The earth is eternal.
That
The planets are
it means
eternal.
it means we are
Mars is
babies.
eternal. Venus is eternal. Jupiter is,
It
yeah,
means
we are
humans
babies.
are babies.
We are babies, right?
Yeah.
So but the we inherit the human consciousness of our ancestors, right? We are the latest version of our ancestors. So
Okay.
all the way back to antiquity. That's why when I look at people, you are the latest version of your ancestor, and you are living in misery. Shame on you, man. Because see, you are supposed to be all the wisdom of your ancestors is encoded in your DNA. Your job is to decode those information that is encoded in your DNA, and use it for whatever you want to
Mm.
use it for personal power, for anything you want to use it for. Of course, you can even use it for evil, but we're not asking you to use it for evil, right? For anything you want to use it for. But you find somebody in the 21st century still living in misery. In some cases, they are not aware. Nobody has told them this information. Nobody has given them this information. So you can understand. But in the 21st
Yeah.
century,
Yeah.
if you have access to the internet, ignorance is no longer bliss. Ignorance is no longer an excuse.
I
Go
noticed
ahead.
something. I noticed something. It's not even having access to the internet anymore, because the internet is being manipulated by people. social media is
Yeah, I get it.
manipulated. Every content you watch
When
is
I
being
say access to
manipulated,
the internet, I
obviously.
mean
I
access to
think the
people.
most important thing is,
Access to people. Dr. Charles, when
yeah,
I mean access to the internet, I'm not just talking about Wikipedia now. I'm not just talking about Google now. I'm talking about
okay,
how the internet can make you access people who have those information. That's one of the
yeah,
one of
yeah,
the
hundred
things
percent,
I'm
hundred
talking about
percent.
when I talk about
That's
access to the
that's the
internet.
point. Yeah, yes, I was going to support your point. I was just going to elaborate more because that was the point I was trying to make. Because most people don't understand that everything you find on the internet is manipulated. Even if when you go on Google and search an information on Google, somebody manipulated that information to show on Google because they have to make their money. So
Exactly.
that's really some of the things we need to look at. And this is where the most important thing, which is your self audit, that is self discovery, really comes into play. Because when you know yourself as an individual and really understand what you want in life, then you'll be able to really, you know, identify what you need to be able to get to where you want to be. So, for instance, most people will say, most people don't really understand this idea of having a coach in their life, somebody who can guide them into, making the right decisions and moving forward. But if you understand, all the successful people in the world, they have a coach. Even the
All
most
of
successful
them.
businesses, they still have
All of
coaches.
them.
All
They have
Ronaldo,
coaches.
Messi,
Coaches,
people,
not even just one
they're
coach.
coaches. Yes, 100%. They get coaches just to
Advisors. When you
get
see those
guidance.
billionaires
Yeah,
paying advisors, multiple advisors for different areas of their businesses, of their lives, they are paying
yeah,
multiple advisors. How much more you don't have
millions of
one single
dollars.
coach in your life
Not just
that is guiding you.
uh, I'm telling you. So they don't really understand this thing. Like, you don't know something and you are not willing to really put in your money to get the information. I always believe something in this life because that's been my biggest. I think the reason I'm where I am today, just the information. Once I discovered the computers back in the day, it just transformed me as an individual and transformed my entire life, because that is the only thing, because I realized that I was not limited to the information that was spread in the environment anymore, because the information spread in the environment was about going to church, praying to God, fasting, go to school, all this normal old and useless ideologies being spread around by people who don't even understand how the world works. But once I got access to the
Models that have
internet,
become obsolete.
yeah.
The
So
models
once I
of
got access
life
to the
and
internet,
business that have become obsolete.
100%, 100%. So once I got access to the internet, I just decided, okay, I started asking questions, because deep down in me, I knew that these things were wrong, but I just didn't have enough information to be able to trust in my own intuition yet. So it was just
Yeah.
like, this thing is wrong, but somewhat based on everybody's accepting the idea, you can't you wouldn't want to be the one that would go against it. So you have to just believe.
Exactly.
But now, but then the
At
internet now
first,
gave me access to the
you wouldn't want to
information.
be the one to go against it. At first, but as your
Yeah,
consciousness
yeah,
evolves, you just find the
yeah.
courage and the
I'm telling you,
empowerment to go against it.
I'm telling you, because it see, that is why it's very, very good to make informed decisions in life. You get the right information and make your decision, so that when you make your decision, you have all the conviction to believe in that your decision you've made. And I think that's really very, very important. And it comes from the ability to really, for us to study ourselves as individual. We are the best.
Exactly. And then,
I think what
Dr. Charles,
yeah,
Dr. Charles,
yeah,
and the reason we second guess all those intuition is because most of us have been raised only at the level of five senses. We have never been raised at
okay,
the sixth sense level, the seventh sense level, the eighth sense, the ninth sense, the 10th sense, the 11th sense, the 12th sense. So, intuition is your sixth sense, right?
yeah,
And because most of us were not raised with those kind of senses, right? So we second guess it. We have not seen our
yeah,
parents. We
yeah,
didn't grow up watching our parents trust their sixth sense, trust their seventh sense. We didn't see them deploy
yeah,
their sixth or seventh or eighth sense. So naturally, when
yeah,
our consciousness begin to initiate the sixth sense, the intuition, we are tapping into information we never read, and we are like, how come, So we
could
second
you
guess it because we
could you
don't have
could you
any
try and
elder around us.
list, yeah, could you try and list the senses so that we can know them, and still learn and understand them better, so that maybe you can just go
There is
into
there
it a
is
little
there is
bit.
intuition. There is intuition, right?
Okay,
Which is the sixth sense. There is
okay,
clairvoyance, which is the eighth
okay,
sense. There is telepathy, which is the seventh sense, right? I'll
Okay.
just end it at the eighth sense. There is intuition, there is telepathy, there is clairvoyance. Let me just end it there so that they will not
Okay.
say I'm trying to introduce people to witchcraft.
No, that's true.
So
That's
let me
true.
end it at the
But
eighth sense.
I believe, for me, this is my own personal discovery, right? Over the years, as I grew older and as I started to learn about things and really evolve as an individual, I realized that most of my biggest and my biggest failures came from me not listening to my own intuition. Any decision I made, based on the advice given to me by someone else, which didn't, corresponds with what I
Align
believe in
with your
at the
intuition.
moment,
Mm-hmm.
always goes
Mm-hmm.
wrong. Always goes wrong. So once I realized that, it really enabled me to start really diving deep into understanding my intuition a lot. For me right now, there's nothing I want to do if I don't feel that gut sense. If I don't feel it, I'm not doing it. You can
Exactly.
convince me from now to 10 years time I wouldn't do it as long as I don't feel it. But if I feel it, I will do it because I know that my my being my being what's the word I'm trying to look for? My being actually wants me to do that. So then I will do it. So some of those things I try to really I try to
The
dive
higher
very
the
deep on them. I'm not
senses,
very. Yeah,
the higher the senses,
yeah,
the more trusting
yeah.
you should be of those senses. You should trust your intuition
Mm,
more than your sense of sight, your sense of hearing, your sense of touch. You know, you should trust your intuition more than the five senses. You should. You
yeah,
should. I
yeah.
mean, you should. I mean, telepathy is
I believe,
another
yes, that's
dimension.
true. That's true. I agree
Clairvoyance is
with that.
another dimension.
I agree with that. I agree with that because your sight, your eyes, and every other thing can only see what the environment can only see. That's where people get it wrong in life, whereby
Your
they use
immediate
their eyes,
environment is what the
what they
five
can see.
senses. Yes, your immediate environment
Yeah.
is what your five senses is programmed to communicate with. But the
Yes.
other
Yes.
senses,
Yes. Yes.
I mean, you literally can telepath your thoughts from here to Jamaica to somebody in Jamaica, and the person will call you up 1 second after or 1 minute after. But a lot of people have never been raised with those instruments, so you find them living a limited life or a dependent life, even though they are in their 40s and their
Amazing.
50s.
Okay, I have a question.
Dr.
I have
Charles.
a question, right? I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
there's anyone here. I have a question. I don't know if there's anyone here who also felt this, who also have this experience. For me personally, right, there are times where something will happen, and I will have this conviction in me that this thing has happened before. I don't. I just feel
Yeah,
this.
deja
I just
vu.
feel this
Deja
strong
vu. It's called
conviction
deja vu.
that this thing has happened
It's
before.
called deja vu.
Deja vu.
It's called
Okay.
deja vu. Deja vu.
Okay.
It could be something that
Okay.
happened in your past life. It could be something that you dreamt of and you've forgotten that dream. Now it's happening in real life. You are
Mm,
playing out that dream in real life,
mm,
right? Um,
mm,
so it's deja vu. It's deja vu. It could be something that happened in your past life. It could be that far.
mm.
It's called deja vu.
It happens to me a lot, and recently,
So
I
make sure
think
you
I
begin
think
to
as I
tap
grew
into
older,
it.
right?
It's a source of personal
Yeah,
power.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Begin to tap into
So
it.
so those are some of the
Anytime
things
it
I feel
happens,
I get.
record it, write it down. Whatever
Mm,
the content of that deja vu experience, write it down. Make sure you write it down.
okay, okay. I'll
It's a
start paying
power source.
attention.
It's a super power source.
Amazing. That's really
So
amazing.
let's, Dr. Charles,
And I
let's
know that.
give the gentleman, the opportunity to
Okay,
talk. He's
okay.
been
Great,
here
great,
for a
great.
while. Almost
Yeah, great.
3A counseling. Please unmute yourself and you have the floor.
Hello, Mr. Seun. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. What's your first name?
Omoba.
Okay, Omoba. Okay.
Yeah, Omoba. Nice catching you on the live this
Same here.
afternoon. Yeah.
Same here.
My own 2 cents is like a lot of people they don't understand the journey of self-discovery. It's like let's put it this way. Like people don't understand the power that they have inside of them. Like they don't, like for example now, like meditation. Meditation is a very powerful thing, you know. Like from experience, I've like you can through meditation you can travel. People don't even know this,
True.
you know.
True.
People don't know that
True.
you can sit in your room and travel to another realm,
True.
you know.
True.
So a lot of people have externalized their power to another supreme being, but they don't know that the power is actually within, you know.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying.
They mortgage the power to something outside of themselves.
Yes,
When
yes,
the only power is their higher self.
of
You know, they've
course,
mortgaged that power to something outside of themselves.
of
You know?
course. And the thing is, a lot of people they don't know that the more time that they spend alone discovering themselves is the more that you unlock the power that you have within, and even the way you start to reason with people will be different. People will start thinking, "What's wrong with this person? Why is he very different?"
Yeah.
Because you've you've grown out of that condition that society have conditioned everybody to think a particular way and
Exactly.
reason a particular way. Like from a young age, you've been told the same thing, like from young
It's
school,
programming.
from
It's programming.
like so it's a hard thing to break out of. Even sometimes you're trying to reason with your own family. They start seeing you like, oh, what's wrong with this one? How come your own is very different? You understand?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand the power that they have, and
Mm-hmm.
s- even from even if we talk about like discovering yourself, if you take it back to like African spirituality and talk about African. I'm not even talking about
Big
our
up, DJ
own.
Grace. Big up, big up. Bless.
I'm not.
I wanted to say
I'm not even
blessing.
talk.
Big
I'm not
up,
even talking.
Be More, Be More. DJ Grace, Be More, welcome.
I'm not even
Go
talking
ahead,
about.
Omoba.
I'm not even talking about our own Ifa tradition. I'm even trying to like say, oh, about ancient. I don't even know about ancient Egyptians. They have a saying, "Know thyself." You know,
Sure.
they have a saying
And
saying, "Know
and and
thyself."
and the way you know yourself is by dedicating yourself to discovering yourself.
Yes,
Yeah, Dr. Charles, no problem, no problem, no problem. I'll chat you up after this live. Um, yeah, it's by dedicating yourself to discovering yourself. It is what you discover about yourself that you know about yourself. You don't
yes,
know
yes,
yourself by assumption. You know yourself by dedicating yourself to discovering yourself, right? And there are ways to go about discovering yourself. You discover your body, you discover your organs and their functions, you discover the systems in your body and
yeah,
their functions, you discover your ancestry, right? You
mm,
discover your elders, you discover your parents, you discover your elders. These are part of your self-discovery journey. If you
yes,
have
yeah,
not proactively kickstarted this, I mean, it's in my book. I put it in my book, Personal Discovery Secrets. There's no way anybody will read that book and they will not discover themselves. It's just not possible, right?
yeah.
Because
Pe-
I
people don't.
kickstarted my personal discovery journey since 2004, and I've
Mm,
been on that journey ever since, right? And it's been phenomenal. Nobody can come and tell me something that is anti-natural or anti-nature or
mm,
anti-ancestral, right? Or and I'll consume it. I don't care who the person is, whether the person is the president of America or president of Nigeria or whatever,
mm.
whoever they are, you know. Because I've discovered myself, you cannot. Yorubas will say, "Oh, le pe aja lobo for me." You
Ah, authority.
cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You can't deceive me with your misinformation. You can't. You can't. You
Yeah,
can't sway me off the path of my personal power, off the part of my part of you know self-discovery, off the part of the part of personal enlightenment. You can't sway me off it. You can only corroborate my journey. You can only help enhance my journey, not for you to take me off my journey, because I've been
yeah,
on the
very, very,
journey for a while. you know
yeah, very true.
Next year will make it 2 decades that I've been on my personal discovery
Wow.
journey.
And you're still
So
you're still discovering more because there's a lot to know about
absolutely,
yourself.
absolutely,
That, yeah,
absolutely. It's not just about yourself now. You are discovering your
of course.
ancestry because see, you are the latest version
Yeah,
of your ancestors. So
Very
the
true.
more you discover of your ancestors, the more the more of your personal power that you're going to discover. The more personal power you're going to be equipped with.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, a lot of people are just like, they have externalized the power to something else. They don't. A lot of people don't even know themselves. They don't have that ability to say they can't. Some people can't even sit still for 1 minute. They just sit still.
They can't. They are too
It's a hard.
restless.
Yes,
They are
it's
too
very hard,
restless.
and it's because you
But
use a
that is
lot of
personal
muscles.
power.
Yeah, you use a lot of muscles actually sitting down than moving around. You use a lot more
Absolutely.
energy than. So a lot of
Exactly.
people find
Exactly.
it very difficult to like just
And
sit
also,
still
it's
and
programming. Really, it's programming.
yeah,
A lot of people are programmed. They've never seen their parents sit still. They've never seen their
that's
mom or
true.
their dad sit still. They've never seen any elder sit still. They've never seen any of their friends do it. So you see, it's a programming. They've been programmed to not respect silence. They've been
Mm,
programmed to not value silence, right? So you
very
find
true.
them restless. Their default setting is restlessness. That's
Mm.
why they are not able to tap into their personal power.
And
So
and
if
and the,
anybody wants to
and
join us, you can request to join. We have a few more minutes. This was supposed to be 1 hour, but now we have spent 1.5 hours. But since we are having a conversation, so you can join. I gave a lesson on how to master your subconscious mind, and so maybe I'm going to download this live and drop it on my YouTube channel because I dropped some gems and for those who do not know how to tap into their subconscious mind, I have some information already that I've shared. I can go back to it again, right?
uh, you should even touch on
Bantu
the
woman,
topic.
welcome.
I think you should touch on the topic, like, because it's a very deep subject. The subconscious mind. People don't really
Yes, so
understand.
it is. It is. It is. It is a very
They
deep
don't
subject. A
understand
very,
the
very deep
power
subject. A
of
very
that
broad subject.
subconscious. Like they
And
just
once
because
anybody can learn the power of their
mm,
subconscious mind, they are they
mm,
they they are
trust me,
supermen or superwomen for life.
nobody
Superman,
can.
superwoman.
Nobody can touch you once you've mastered that aspect
You're
of yourself.
untouchable. You're untouchable.
Very.
Nobody can touch you. Nobody
That's
can touch you. Once
that's
you've mastered the
that,
subconscious mind, nobody can
and that's
touch
what
you.
people don't understand. That's the money. That's the money. So when you've mastered, that's the money. You can do anything. You can
Exactly.
move
That's the
any.
real wealth. That's the real
That's the
wealth.
that's that's the secret.
The
That's the
subconscious
secret that
mind is the
people
real
don't know.
wealth.
Yeah, that's the secret. A lot of these, all these people that all these billionaires, that you have to master some.
It's a subconscious mind.
Yo, oh,
Eddie, your class teacher told you that you'll be a motor park boy. No problem. Your class teacher is ignorant. We know that, right? Because the job of a teacher is to help a child to cultivate their brain and cultivate their mind. Now,
mm,
the teacher is completely clueless as to how to do that. So, the only thing he can do is to do what he knows how to do best, is name calling, right? Your job, even if the child is a moron, even if the child is a dumbhead, your job is to enlighten that child. Your job is to
yeah.
educate that child, and not so
Even
so Eddie, that your teacher is a moron. Your teacher is a moron, right? So he's not a teacher. A
school is
teacher is someone who breathes um light on a child or on an individual. That's a teacher. Not a teacher is not someone that will say that you're not going to amount to anything good in life or you're going to become a mortal boy. That's not a teacher. That's a moron.
school has been made to condition people anyway, so they limit your thinking there anyway. So you can't. They
You're
don't want.
welcome.
They don't want people
Seun
to
Ambassador TV.
to
That's the name
grow.
of my YouTube channel. Seun Ambassador TV. I think it's on my bio. If you click on um that Instagram icon, you will see the YouTube on the under it as well. So you can click that YouTube channel and it will take you to my YouTube channel.
At the end of the day, I think
Yeah,
once
I know,
once you,
Eddie. I know it was long ago. I know, but we're still saying the same thing. Any individual that calls you dumbhead or a fool is not a teacher.
mm, education
My
education
job
is
is
a
to
man-made
enlighten your
tool.
your ignorance.
Education is a man-made tool. So
No,
don't
no,
don't
no. That's not education. That's not education. Education is not a man-made thing.
Institution. Institution.
Schooling.
Yes, schooling.
Schooling is
Schooling. Yeah, yeah,
man-made.
yeah.
Conventional schooling is
Schooling.
man-made, and it was
Yes, yes.
intentionally designed to place a limit on our minds,
Education is
right? But
limitless. You keep
education is
learning.
universal.
Yeah, you
Universal
keep
education
learning.
is holistic. You
Yeah,
get, and
yeah,
your life is a life of education. For the rest of your life, you should keep learning. You should keep getting educated,
yeah.
right?
Every day you should be learning. Every day.
Thank you, Ajia. So any other person want to come live before we end this live? We've been here for 1.5 hours already. 1 hour, 36 minutes. Any other person wants to come live? Any other
I think
person that have a question?
I think you should touch back on this topic like another time
Okay,
once you have
no
a
problem.
chance.
No problem. No
Yeah.
problem. No problem. Thank you so much for coming on my
That's
live.
catching you on
This
the
is my
live.
first time of conversing with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And I see what
I
you're
really
doing.
come
Keep
on
doing
there.
what you're doing.
Thank you, thank
Keep
you.
posting.
Me
And
too. I like the program that you run, the mentorship. That's a good
thank
way
you.
of empowering people.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys, welcome. Do you have a contribution or do you have a question? Um, whose mic is that?
Okay, that's mine. Good afternoon, Mr. Shia.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate what you're doing. It's been a very great experience with you, and when anytime I listen to you, and I actually follow Mr. Femi, you understand, and anytime I listen to you guys, it's always amazing, you understand, and just want to appreciate what you guys are doing. You are really bringing the youth up, like giving them what they should be, as in putting them aright. You understand? Just want to appreciate your work, and if you wouldn't mind, those you made what was his name? Dr. Charles asked you to explain some of those senses you talk about. I think you should not mind. We
I'll
that will
dedicate a
listen to
live.
you will
I'll
want to
dedicate a live.
listen.
Yeah,
You
I get.
understand?
I'll dedicate a live to it. I'll dedicate a live to it. You know, the first Sunday of April, I'll
Okay.
go deep.
Okay.
I come every first Sunday of the month. So next month, first Sunday of April, I'll go deep into that. I'll break it down.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Not a
Okay.
problem.
Just want to appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you too. Eddie, go ahead. Eddie, go ahead. Go ahead. You have the floor. Do you have a contribution? Do you have a question? Eddie, are you there? Eddie, it seems your network is not so great. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining. Every first Sunday of the month, I come live. You know, to have. I pick a topical discussion, something that I know can equip anybody who listens, and you know, something that they can deploy almost immediately. You know, I'm dedicated to helping our young people gain personal power, so that they will not be puppets of politicians, puppets of religion or religious leaders, puppets of mainstream media, right? So, so you know me. I'm Africa's first holistic entrepreneurship coach, and I'm a peak performance consultant. And I'm also a real estate investment expert. So, but I'm dedicated to helping young people, you know, find their roots, like we call it, right? If you want to find your personal power, you should definitely follow me. You should definitely reach out to me. I organize some trainings every now and then on Zoom where I break down some of these things that any individual who wants to master their multidimensional sides, economically, spiritually, mentally, entrepreneurially, you want to be a full version of a human being and display personal power in these different dimensions of your of your honor, right? So you reach out to me, I can help you take your business to the next level. I can help you take your spirituality to the next level. Yeah, so that's all I'm about. I'm equipping African millennials. I'm equipping African millennials and Gen Zs in such a way that they can stand on their own 2 feet, and they can become economically independent, economically and financially independent, spiritually independent as well. So yeah, DJ Grace, welcome. Welcome to
Big
my
up, big up.
live. I think this is the first time you.
Grand
I
Rising, how
think this is
you?
the first time you're coming on my live.
Yes,
So not you. Just
maybe.
send me a DM.
Yes, big up yourself. I saw you live, man. I could have paused. I just came on it and see you live. I said, let me pop on in it. Even though I'm busy, I'm doing what I'm doing, but I have to come and support you, man. You're doing a great job in it.
You're also doing a great
So,
job. I like what you're doing on Facebook. You know, a lot of people are really rooting for your music, and I hope you're monetizing it.
oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
hope you're
Of course,
monetizing it.
of course, of
Okay,
course, of
okay,
course. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
You're
man, we're
doing a
doing what we're
great job.
supposed to do, you know? I love that topic you said you did today about the subconscious. I'm gonna check it out. This when
Yeah.
you upload it on YouTube, I'll check it out. Yeah, that's a
Okay,
great topic
okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. It
definitely.
is. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah,
So it's been
yeah.
1 hour, 40, 1 hour, 40 minutes or thereabout. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, DJ Grace. It's always an honor to have you.
You're most
Next,
welcome.
next month, first Sunday of the month, I'm going to be coming live. This time, I'm going to be talking about the sixth sense, the seventh sense, the eighth sense, the ninth senses. So I'm going to break it down how you can tap into the resources of your other senses other than the five senses for marshalling your way to communal power, personal power, and be able to do a lot with your subconscious mind. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you,
Beautiful.
Ajia. Thank you
Okay,
everybody who
bye-bye.
joined. See you next month. Take care.
See you. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Yeah, bye. Yeah, bye.